about that $200 million ad campaign, those videos that she was a part of. Take a look.
You cross the border illegally, we'll find you. Break our laws, we'll punish you.
You're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time.
Everyone is talking about Kristi Noem getting discarded from the Oval Office like a bowl of banana peels and Trump's used diapers. But not many are talking about the actual advert that ultimately cost her the job that her wretched soul so clearly felt was her whole life's purpose, her calling, if you will. I'm going to show you the frankly mind-boggling ad and discuss where the $220 million went that it cost to make. So stick around to the end and please do subscribe if I make you chuckle. Comedy is currency, people. What did you dream about becoming when you grew up? For those of us without severe personality issues, our dreams might be to be a pilot or a pastry chef, or maybe just to pay rent, have enough left over for some cheese, and not want to put a loaded rat trap into our mouths in bed each night. But for people like Kristi Noem, they dream of being something different, something more than a real piece of shit. And not just any run-of-the-mill piece of shit either. A piece of shit on the world stage, a piece of shit people will talk about for centuries to come, a piece of shit that really makes a difference, a shining, crowning turd amongst dull grey farts. As such, Noem took pride in appearing front and center in the Trump administration's authoritarian immigration crackdown, delighting in role-playing as a brainless, soulless stormtrooper in video shoots featuring real human beings having their lives ruined to appease the mindless hatred of the right-wing base. This was Kristi Noem's job, and I'm sure she absolutely loved it. Going to places where horrible things are happening, standing around, and looking unimportant. Yes, I'm wearing a hat. Yes. Oh, yes, fascism. Very good. I'm in a hat. Oh, we do horrible things in these cages? Oh, very good. That makes me slightly wet. Oh yes, these are human beings. Yes, excellent. Let's do horrible things to them.
First of all, do not come to our country illegally. You will be removed and you will be prosecuted. But know that this facility is one of the tools in our toolkit that we will use if you commit crimes against the American people.
Yes, we will cram you into a facility that makes battery farming look like the Ritz-Carlton. Honestly, she's doing one thing right here. I think the threat of having to sit there and be filmed amongst hundreds of others whilst Kristi Noem talks about you like your cattle is probably enough to make most people want to never go anywhere near this fucking mess of a country. Noem featured in many such propaganda videos over her short tenure, but the feather in Kristi Noem's empty fucking cap was the aforementioned $220 million monstrosity. Remember that Noem is, or was, part of an administration that claimed it was all about cracking down on government waste. So let's watch this advert together and try and work out where that $220 million went.
Why do I love these wide open spaces?
Because there's no photographers around to take pictures of my face up close?
They remind me of why our forefathers came here. Not just for its beauty, but for the freedom only America provides.
The freedom to be corrupt and take millions of taxpayers' dollars.
From the cowboys who tamed the West, to the titans who built our cities, to the dreamers who chased the impossible, America has always rewarded.
All right, sometimes people in the comments say I pause stuff too much, let me watch the whole thing. But if you dare leave a comment saying don't pause this, let me watch the whole thing, you are sick in the head. Who the hell wants to watch this bullshit? What I'm going to do is try and break down how much each shot cost. Okay, so, you know, I'm somewhat of a videographer and video person myself. So, okay, there's a shot of a lady on a horse. Let's say that's $1 million. That's been, you know, maybe
why do I love these wide open spaces? They remind me of why our forefathers came.
Drones cost between, I don't know, maybe $200 and $2 million. So that's...
Not just for its beauty, but for the freedom only America provides. I'm Kristi Noem.
They had to CGI her face there. That's about $5 million.
From the cowboys who tamed the West, to the titans who built our cities, to the dreamers who chased the...
That's a drone shot right there. This one is a drone shot, but, you know, it's just the American government. So they wouldn't have hired a regular drone. They would have used probably an American military drone for the American military industrial complex. That's about $1 trillion right there.
Built our cities. To the dreamers who chased the impossible.
See, now, getting footage of people, of the Wright brothers or whatever it is very difficult. You do have to make a time travel machine and go back in time. So that is probably quite expensive. That's about $200 million right there.
Who chased the impossible. America has always...
Okay, launching a space rocket is a very costly venture, so that is easily $50 million.
America has always rewarded vision.
All right, picturing Trump in a way that doesn't terrify people.
He's rewarded vision and grit. Our greatness calls people to us for a chance to prosper, to live how they choose, to become part of...
All right, finding people of slightly different ethnicities willing to hold hands, even anonymously, on a Trump video is very, very difficult. That's
To live how they choose, to become part of something special. Anyone who searches for freedom can always find a home here. But that freedom's a precious thing, and we defend it vigorously. You cross the border illegally, we'll find you. Break our laws, we'll punish you. Harm American citizens, there will be consequences. But if you come here the right way, your American dream can be as big as these endless skies. From President Trump and me,
There was that fucking terrifying Friday the 13th smile. Fucking hell, she looks like she looks like Jigsaw.
as these
Jesus
endless
fuck.
skies.
If you do it the right way, we won't throw you in a fascist prison.
From President Trump and me, welcome home.
It's President Trump and I, you fucking ignoramus. All right.
Dream can be as
Okay, I may have been being a little bit facetious there. I've just remembered that stock footage exists. So let's actually go back. Let's maybe say, you know, being generous, giving inflation and stuff, and maybe $1 million, maybe, if you're taking a piss to film this shit. So we're still missing $219 million. But, you know, I actually just remember this isn't the only video that was made as part of this god-fucking awful campaign. So let's look at the other one. Maybe the other $219 million is hiding away in that one.
I'm Kristi
All right, so first off, 7 American flags like that doesn't come cheap. That's at least $7.
Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border, for deporting criminal illegal immigrants, and for putting America first.
Was that a modern art installation where they have an enormous chair and table for no
And for
reason? Like, what is this? Who filmed this bullshit?
Putting America first. President Trump has a clear message for those that are in our country illegally.
He has a clear message. It's
Leave now. If you don't, we will find you, and we will deport you. You will never return.
Oh
For
my
too long,
goodness.
weak politicians left our borders wide open. They flooded our communities with drugs, human trafficking, and violent criminals. They
we don't appeal to emotions at all. These are facts
put
and logic.
American lives at risk. Well, those days are over. If you leave now, you may have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream. But understand this. Under President Trump, America's borders are closed to lawbreakers.
It's funny that because she's literally broken so many laws just making this video, and
Follow the
she's
law,
still happily
and you'll
strolling
find
around.
opportunity. Break it, and you'll find consequences. The choice is yours. America welcomes those who respect our laws, because a strong nation is a safe nation.
You know, being generous, I said last time, that last video cost about $1 million. You know, that was on location with a horse, nonetheless. There's no horse in this. Well, actually, I didn't want to make that joke. It's 2026. But you know, there are some flags. The camera angle stays the same. They might not even have needed a videographer for this. So I'm gonna say maybe $500,000 if we're taking the piss. Probably a lot less. So we've accounted for $1.5 million of taxpayer money for this ad campaign. We're still missing $218.5 million, if my maths is correct. So let's take a look at where that money went. I'm sure the side that talks endlessly about government waste, you know, small government and draining the swamp wouldn't misappropriate funds now, would they? These are godly people, and they wear cowboy hats, real cowboy hats. Nobody who wears a cowboy hat ever did anything bad. Oh, wait. Firm tied to Kristi Noem secretly got money from $220 million DHS ad contracts. Oh, but this is unthinkable. So when I sort of thought that maybe they spent $218.5 million too much, was that corruption? No. So Noem has held more than $200 million, just say 220, that's right there. Taxpayer funded that campaign is a crucial tool to stem illegal immigration. Her agency invoked the National Emergency at the Border as it awarded contracts to the campaign, bypassing the normal competitive bidding process designed to prevent waste and corruption. That is just the Trump rule of law. If you just say everything's an emergency, you skip all the rules. Like Trump says in an emergency, he shat his pants, he gets to skip every line at Disneyland, for example. So DHS under Noem kept at least one beneficiary of a 9-figure ad deal a secret, records and interviews show, a Republican consulting firm with long-standing personal and business ties to Noem and her senior aides at DHS. The company running the Mount Rushmore shoot, called the Strategy Group, does not appear on public documents about the contract. Who needs transparency? I mean, Republicans didn't run on transparency, so who cares? The main recipient listed on the contracts is a mysterious Delaware company, which was created days before the deal was finalized. This is capitalism in beautiful working order, you know. A demand Demand was identified. The demand was we would like a shell company so we can steal tax money, and boy, the market rose up to meet the occasion and supplied. So this strategy group that, was very much involved in making this video, no firm has closer ties to Noem's political operation than the strategy group. Well, that sounds a bit fishy. It played a role in her 2022 South Dakota gubernatorial campaign. Corey Lewandowski, her top advisor and also reverse cowboy partner at DHS, has worked extensively with the firm. And the company's CEO is married to Noem's chief spokesperson at DHS. Is this the swamp? Is this the fucking ass-crack swamp? It was there all along. The strategy group's ad work is the first known example of money flowing from Noem's agency to businesses controlled by her allies and friends. Maybe the first identified example, I'll say that. And this guy, Charles Tiefer, made this amazing quote. He said, hiding your friends as subcontractors is like playing hide the salami with the taxpayer. Okay? And this isn't even the first time the strategy group has gotten public money for a Noem contract. As governor of South Dakota, her administration set off a scandal by hiring the Ohio-based company to do a different ad campaign, paying it $8.5 million in state funds. They said it was done by the book. They probably would have a reason to say that, wouldn't they? But a former Noem administration official, told ProPublica that Noem quietly intervened to ensure the strategy group got the deal. I guess, once you realize that embezzling $10 million of taxpayer funds is easy as pie, and that's only state taxpayer money, you're like, federal money, that's where the real, so only suckers go for embezzling state funds. Federal's where it's at. Interestingly, since all this news and drama broke, the strategy group themselves, who for some reason have a Twitter account, because of course they fucking do, came out and released this statement. The strategy group has never had a contract with DHS. I think they're sort of leaning on the ambiguity of, legally not on paper we haven't. We've never had a contract with them. All of it was backroom deals, dodgy backroom money. So you can't get us for that. We did it by the book, by the illegal, shady book. We had a subcontract with Safe America for limited production services. Safe America paid us $226,000 total for 5 film shoots, 45 produced video advertisements, and 6 produced radio advertisements. See, I was being too generous. So it turns out, they're actually kind of throwing under the bus a bit here. They're saying that there was extra ones I didn't find. 5 film shoots and 45 ads, apparently, and 6 radio ads cost $250,000. So we're actually missing, let me just do the maths there again, $219.75 million. If you're going to try and question our integrity, bring actual evidence. We did. It's like, what you did is prove that this whole thing is psychotic and corrupt. So where did the rest of the money go? And if you're like, how you can't be like, oh yeah, this corrupt thing, or we were only paid a tiny percentage of it. That's not really the issue. And very interestingly, somebody posted this graphic below as a response, which kind of shows the tangled, messy web of corruption that was involved in making this video ad. But if you're MAGA and you're watching this, you're probably looking at this being like, well, I don't see the problem here. It just looks like a normal Republican family tree. Look, I don't see what all the fuss is about. Video is expensive. It's not like anyone could just film a video with it on a device everybody has in their pockets. Video is hugely expensive and complicated to produce, especially when you introduce complex elements like standing in front of a flag or sitting on a horse. Horses ain't cheap, people. And whilst with woke being the way it is, that horse probably needed a rights overseer and a therapist and a yoga instructor and a grass massager and whatnot. Let's not forget, reports are swirling that the main reason Noem got fired wasn't because of misusing government funds. I mean, that's literally part of the MAGA ethos. The main reason she got fired is she was using funds to draw attention to herself, which is a cardinal sin against a narcissist. Like, say, our snoozer-in-chief, Donald drooling Trump. I'm British Chris, and this is Raw America.